Hello, this is Albert, and today I'm going to discuss a game I just played against some opponents in a tournament. And the tournament was 10 minutes plus 0 second or 0 minute increment. And it's an interesting one because I think if I have a look at the summary here, we make approximately the same mistakes or the same inaccuracies numbers, but then because my opponent probably makes a worse mistake, which is the blunder, then it actually determines who wins the game. So let's just have a look here. It started with the Hungarian opening. Mine is black and my opponent is white. Started with g3 and then e5. Bishop goes to g2, fianchettoing the bishop, c5, d3, knight goes to f6, and the opponent moves knight goes to f3 here, trying to attack the pawn at e5. I protect the pawn using knight goes to c6. The opponent castles, and this is an early castling in the game, and I think it's the fifth move here. And this is my first inaccurate move. I move h5 here. Well, h5 here is actually the idea is to rush the pawn forward to attack the pawn structure defending the enemy's king, but then this can be utilized or used by the opponent because there is no more defender of the square g5. Then opponent bishop moves to g5. Now it's pinning my knight. It's a partial pin at f6, so I need to protect using my bishop to destroy a pin. Bishop goes to e7, and then the opponent moves knight goes to c3. Now this is my first mistake and the only mistake I made, I hope, which is b6. As you can see that the white's bishop is actually now active in the main diagonal of white square main diagonal, so white can simply take the pawn at e5, because if my knight here takes this one, then the bishop will simply do that and I will be down of material. So that didn't happen in the game. Instead I move my bishop goes to b7, and here it is suggested actually by the engine that the knight goes to c4, but then instead, of course, white takes, and I took it using my bishop. And in the main diagonal of white squares there are two white square bishops, and it's actually interesting because there will be an exchange of pieces here. And actually, even though at the moment I believe white is actually pretty safe, it's like castling there, and it's already have its bishop fianchetted in the middle and in the pawn structure there. I still can break to the structures of white. So here white is actually making a bad move, which is knight goes to e4, because simply it's offering exchange in pieces, and at the end of the day I sort of can win here, because by taking the knight at e4 I am exposing the attack to the dark square bishop of white. So white has to take to enable the piece exchange, and then my queen takes e7, and here the pawn didn't take. Instead the bishop takes, and my bishop takes back, and then the pawn takes, and then my queen finally takes e4. Now I think in this position I am black is actually advantageous slightly because, or maybe positionally, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6, it has the same number of pawns, but actually positionally my queen is actually in the main diagonal, so it's pretty strong. White tries to counter the diagonal here by moving its queen to d6, trying to occupy one of the major diagonal, but it's actually not the main diagonal, so it's pretty weak. And I simply castle here, queenside castle, to protect any chance of advancement of maybe doubling up rooks or something like that. And here, I'm not sure what move is this, a3. Well, the idea is actually to support b4 later on, but that can be handled. So I move my pawn forward to h4. Now here, as you can see, the idea is actually to attack white king side, and here white actually white does not defend. It moves b4 to also attack my king in the queen side of black. So here what I do is I take the pawn at g3, and here is the blunder that white makes, and it is punished severely by black. So from this position, can you actually guess which move is actually the best? Yes, actually you can see it in the screen, and the best move is actually not h takes g3, not f takes g3, so not this one. This one is bad because this is a checkmate, okay? And then not this one as well, which happened in the game. And also, and actually this is the best move. Can you believe it or not? Because if this happened, which happened in the game, I simply put my rook there to sacrifice. So rook takes h2, and it's actually a force mate in 8 moves. Can you believe it? And what cannot actually do anything but annoy me by the best move is actually just queen takes this one. What happened if king took? I simply move my my rook there, and king has to go back or cover maybe using the queen, and simply it's a mate. Simply it's a simple mate here. Sorry, not this one. It's not a simple mate. So it's a check, and then it has to move here. It's another check. It has to move there, and there will be a checkmate like this. Okay, didn't happen like that. So actually white realized that it's bad, and where am I up to? Okay, rook goes to f3. That is what happened actually, and it is suggested for me to actually do this, but I didn't do it. I'm just simply doubling up my rook here. Okay, and what's next? G4. Simply take this one. Probably the idea is trying to queen wants to the queen wants to take the rook at h2, so I just move my queen there, takes h2. Here white can only defend by probably simply taking this one, sacrificing its queen. That's the only defense it has. It didn't do it. Queen actually moves to g3, and it's a checkmate. So that's the end of this 20 move game. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.